Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am your star, Joshua Tingle, and there's no one else. You don't really need to know. So, anyways, The Maze Runner is a really good book. I think you should read it. So, it starts out with chapter 1. Thomas wakes up in an elevator shaft. He's arrived at the maze to meet a bunch of snobby people around everywhere. He doesn't remember a thing, which I think is pretty weird, but he doesn't remember anything except his first name. So, going about his business, he meets several people that first day, such as Newt, Albie, Chuck, and several other people. Albie is the leader of the entire thing, so he's going to take him on a grand tour the next day. So he meets Chuck, and hey, how's it doing? Chuck is chubby, and he has curly hair, but he's friendly, so it's okay. Thomas doesn't know much about the Glade, but they're in a huge maze. And I think the object is to find your way out, which they're trying to do right now. But, I don't know. It's just going on and on and on. So, the next day he goes on his grand tour with Albie. The first thing he sees is a griever. A griever is a really slimy-like ball that's also a machine. It's really weird. It moves slow until it wants to attack you. Then it starts moving faster and faster, and it's kind of scary. So, you don't want to be stung by a griever. When you get stung by a griever, bad things happen, and people go through what's called the changing. Now, the changing is basically where they can remember some of their past life, but not all of it, and they can't really say much about it, or else the creators, if you will, control them and say, no, you can't say anything, or they'll figure it out. They don't want to make it easy for them, obviously. So, now the girl is in the picture. The girl came in the very next day after Thomas, and the girl says his name over and over again in her sleep, I guess. She says stuff about she and Thomas are the reason why they're there, that they created them, they helped with the creators, or something like that. It's kind of weird. And she says something, she knows about the code. The maze is a code. So, later on in the book, we'll find out what that means. Coming up after the commercial break. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that commercial break. I'm your host, Josh Tingle, and welcome to the Maze Runner. Now, where we left off, where's the girl? It's all about the girl. Always about the women. So, Thomas could hear the girl speaking to him telepathically all the time, which is really cool, in my opinion. Thomas was really scared about it, but I would be amazed. That stuff is awesome. So she was talking to him and all of this stuff. Also, Albie got stung in the maze. Oh, a major event. Minho and Albie went out to the maze to find the dead griever. Alright. Now, after the dead griever was found, it trampled over Albie and stung him multiple times, and then Albie had to go through the changing, basically. So, in the maze, Minho had to drag Albie all the way to the door, and it was just really bad. So Thomas hopped in and tried to help him out. Their number one rule was don't go into the maze if you're not a runner, which Thomas didn't obey at this point because 2 people were struggling and the walls were closing. So he ran out to save the day and rescue, and too bad he was just too late. They had to stay a night out in the maze. So he's trying to convince Minho what he should do, blah, blah, blah. But then Thomas, all of a sudden, becomes a hero, monkey man, and climbs up a wall with Albie on ivy vines. He leaves Albie over on the wall, and then he goes running because there's a griever, like, right behind him. And then they survive the night. They kill a few grievers, quote-unquote kill a few grievers, and it's all good. Albie's going through the changing, says that Thomas and the girl are the creators or something like that. Yeah. So after that, they held a meeting and basically elected Thomas as the next runner, but not before he had to serve one dance slammer, which is bad. So, but the next day, he was elected one. Minho took Thomas out and taught him the ways of the maze. He showed him the map room. He showed him all the weapons and stuff. He showed him everything there is to know about running. And basically they compare their maps on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis. And they're looking for patterns to get out. When they were in the maze, they actually found out what the word wicked means, which is world in catastrophe, kill zone, experiment, development, or department, which is really weird because all the Beetle Blades have that written on. Hey, where's my keys? There we go. Yeah, so that's the Maze Runner, guys. That is the Maze Runner. Signing off, Josh Tingle. See you later, guys.